What's good, everybody? Chat. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I was gonna drop this video tomorrow on Thanksgiving, but I said nah. Like I'm gonna give y'all a gameplay instead for Thanksgiving and shit. Like it may me and Russell, like, we do have some videos already recorded from like last week, so I will be dropping that maybe tomorrow. If not, it's gonna be a Warzone video. Maybe. Right now I'm 50-50. And plus Carwow they had did another upload. It was a Volkswagen. I've seen that, but I have yet to gotten to that yet. I may drop that for tomorrow. I may or may not. We gonna see. Chat. So we have here. This car right here is, it says right here, why Corvette is lying about this car. So apparently it is the Corvette E-Ray. Yes, as you guys may know, I had dropped a Forza Horizon 5 on that same car. It was about a month ago or so. So yeah, with that being said, like, comment, and subscribe, and we're gonna get into it. Let's get it.
This is the new Corvette, and it's a little bit like Ellen DeGeneres because it's come to live in the UK. Look, first time ever a Corvette with the steering wheel on the correct side. Yes! Now this particular model is the E-Ray. It's the fastest accelerating Corvette to date before they bring out this crazy like top of the range ZR1 with four-wheel drive shenanigans. We're going to find out just how fast it is later in this video, and we will do multiple attempts to get the best time possible. I'm also going to talk you around the car, show you the inside, the outside. Oh, it looks proper, doesn't it? You can see how practical it is. Aha, yes. And of course, I'm going to take it for a drive. Oh, I'm Matt Watson. You're watching CarWow.
This car is completely hybrid. So yeah. So it has electric motors as well. So yeah. And the Forza, what they did is like inside the interior is like all around inside the car is like, well, some of the buttons, they are like blue and shit, and like for the infotainment system, like especially like where the gauges are, it's blue as well. So it is a hybrid as well. So yeah, if you guys didn't know, so yeah.
In the UK, the Corvette range starts with a Stingray, and that costs from £100,000. This E-Ray costs from £150,000, and the range-topping Z06 is just over £180,000. Remember, if you're shopping for a new or used car, head to CarWow to check out the latest offers. I put a link in the description of this video, and if you click on the pop-out banner up there, you should be able to go directly to CarWow. You can also scan the QR code on screen now. But is it worth that money? The Corvette is a real striking looking car with all this like kind of pointiness going on. I love the zigzaggy bit in the bonnet. That is super cool. The vents here at the front are real. This one has a carbon fibre splitter, and together with the carbon fibre side skirts there, £4,000 extra. This also has £10,000 of carbon wheels. More on those a bit later on. Moving down the side, this has the wide body of the Z06. It's almost 10 centimeters wider than the standard Stingray. It looks proper, doesn't it? Then as we move to the back, we've got this huge pointy spoiler again. Diffuser, it's not really a diffuser, it's just air ducts. But there's something really strange. We've got quad tailpipes, and the ones on the outside seem to be discoloured compared to the ones on the inside. I think most of the exhaust gas must go through the ones on the outside, and so they are heated up and changed colour, and these haven't. It's odd. You need to head over to CarWow right now to check out our amazing won't be able to end 1st of December. Follow the link in the description of this video. The Corvette is powered by a 6.2 litre naturally aspirated V8, which is mated to an 8-speed dual clutch automatic gearbox that drives the rear wheels. But then you've got an electric motor here driving the front wheels, so you've got 4-wheel drive. The combined power output is 644 horsepower and 778.
On Forza, they have it as 650 horsepower. So yeah.
Newton meters of torque. Now let's see just how quick this car is.
Corvette claims this car will do 0 to 60 miles an hour in 2.5 seconds, which is the same time I've had from a Lamborghini Ruelto, and it's supposed to cover the standing quarter mile in 10.5 seconds, but to have any chance of hitting those incredible figures, I need to warm up the tyres first.
Traction control off. I don't know if it's going to work. steering at the moment. Let's try the other way. That's weird. That's just weird. The way that wheel just like fought like so fast. Ugh, I didn't like that. That just feels weird. It's not crabbing. It's just strange. I don't want to do it again. I remember being in a Z06 and being able to do it very easily. This. Ooh. Now the tyres are warm. I've got to just let the engine charge up the battery because my boost is limited. Okay, we've got launch engaged now. Here we go.
This is Jess. She needs her money to work as hard as she...
So yeah, chat. Bruh, especially in a Forza Horizon 5, it sounds even amazing, bruh. Like it sounds amazing. It sounds amazing. I'm gonna try and see at the end of the video. I can put the video at the end, so y'all can watch it. Long ass commercial breaks.
Wow. Oh, you got to change yourself. Okay, let's try again. Can I do... Yeah, drive. Oh, it's quick.
Woo! 2.9.
That's noisy. Right, so that's a 2.9 to 60 in 11 seconds. Quarter mile. I think we can do better. I mean, it just hooked and went, but it should go quicker. Right, let's go again. Come on, beat 11 seconds for the quarter mile. Let's go. Come on! Stay. Bit slower that time.
This was noticeably slower than Corvette claimed, but it was getting late and the temperature was dropping. So I decided to come back the next day and test it again in warmer conditions. And I brought along a secret weapon. This is Oliver Gavin. He's a racing driver who won his class at Le Mans 5 times and at Sebring 6 times. He's currently a brand ambassador for Corvette and he knows everything there is to know about this E-Ray, including the best way to launch it. But before he worked his magic on this car, I decided to set a new baseline figure myself. Would I go any quicker than the day before?
See what happens.
You can hear the electric motors. 2.9. It is the same thing.
Hey! Yay! Check it out. We broke through the 11-second barrier. 10.98. Not 16, 2.9.
I've been using the standard factory launch control for all my runs, but Ollie reckoned he could go quicker using the customizable launch settings. These allow you to fine-tune the wheel slip and launch revs to get the best possible 0 to 60 time on any surface. And after a few practice goes, he reckoned he'd found the ideal setup. But would it actually make the car go quicker?
I just want to double check that we're in the custom launch.
Okay, right. So I didn't do any of this shenanigans. I just went into normal launch mode. So in drive. So I cycle through to options. Options, press that. So you've got...
We're in custom now, that's what we want. Yes, go for the slipper 10 and we'll go for 4,000 RPM.
So you're happy with that then? So we're just going to have more revs.
Yeah, same slip.
Okay.
And then if we go back...
Let's see the timer. See what the Corvette timer says. Right,
there we go.
And we'll compare the
We're on.
Corvette timer to a GPS timer. That was a nice amount of slip. 3.06 to 60. And 11.08 quarter mile. So no, that wasn't quicker. Interestingly, this is saying 2.2 to 60. That says 3. That's a lie. Lie. Well, we've had a 5-time Le Mans winner and 6-time Sebring winner. Show me what to do, and it didn't get any better. But once, I've not been humiliated. To be fair though, what a nice guy Ollie is, so down to earth. Well, thank you very much for coming out and trying to help us with this, but it didn't do any better. That's just lies, the kind of onboard.
Not as accurate as I hoped it would be.
That's something to feed back to Corvette.
Yeah.
Fitting the roof means the car will produce less drag, and that could help it go slightly quicker, especially over the quarter mile. And to give it the best possible chance of hitting...
I did say that it was maybe because of the roof not being on. So let's see. I did say that inside my head though.
Corvette's claimed 0 to 60 time. I made sure the battery was 100% charged, and I got the tyres into their perfect temperature window. Although Ollie had a few things to say about my technique.
Accelerating and braking is definitely the thing that gets the energy and the heat into the tyre, into the carcass of the tyre. If you do burnouts, then the actual grip level starts to decrease. So what he's doing is correct, but he's where's he going now? Well, he's doing all the things I said he shouldn't do now. Mass drifting, I'll give it like a 4 out of 10.
I will not be deterred. Let's see if we can do it. That's it. Oh, you.
He's got it in manual mode.
That was the perfect launch.
Was that in manual?
It was in manual. That was like the perfect launch.
So we can do it all again?
Well, hopefully.
Yeah, all good, all good.
Here we go. Come on. Please have as good a launch as that. Sounds good. Classic.
Ollie and I tried loads of different settings. We messed around with the wheel slip, the launch revs, and we even adjusted the tyre pressures. But we couldn't get any closer to Corvette's official 2.5 second 0 to 60 mile an hour time. And after all that, we needed a fresh start. So I put everything back into the default factory settings and gave it one last go.
Oh, so you corporate types think you're wrong?
That's as ridiculous as us.
That's the one.
That thing's on it.
2.96. Roof's on, so this should be my best quarter mile time. Not quite. 10.99. And it reckons a 2.1. Well, that's just a load of bollocks. Do you want to know something really disappointing?
Go on then.
You know, all your years of experience.
Yeah.
And you know, like all the wins you've had.
Yeah.
And like all the years you spent like setting up cars.
Yeah.
Like, you know, dialing them in, using your knowledge, setting them up.
All counts for nothing?
Yeah, the automatic setting did it the best. You'd have won even more races if you'd have had.
I know we just said that.
Oh God, I didn't want it to happen, but it's true.
It is.
Automatic setting.
Okay.
0 to 60 was a 2.96.
Wow.
But then the quarter mile was 10.99, so not quite as quick as when I had the roof off.
Well, have you had a big breakfast this morning or something? You sure?
I've no idea. There is no rhyme nor reason, and we've got less fuel in it.
Wind direction?
Could be wind.
There was a lot of wind, I hear, the other day.
There was, but I think it was blowing the other way. It was blowing.
Something about this didn't feel right. Why was there such a big disparity between the car's onboard timer, my specialist timing gear, and Corvette's official 0 to 60 times? We were all totally confused, but then I realised something. Maybe Corvette measured their times using 1 foot rollout. Now this originates from drag racing on strips in the US, where cars are timed using a pair of lasers or infrared light beams. Cars are allowed to launch up to a foot behind the first light beam, which means they could be travelling at 5 or 6 miles an hour by the time they break the beam and start the timer. This doesn't sound like a lot, but the difference in speed gets compounded the faster you go. As a result, using 1 foot rollout can reduce your 0 to 60 time by a few tenths of a second. My specialist timing gear uses GPS instead of lasers, and it can take thousands of measurements every second, so it can start the timer the instant the car begins to move. While it does offer a foot rollout setting, we don't use it on CarWow. Seeing as Corvette is American, there's a good chance they'd be using the American system of foot rollout. I called them up and it turns out they were. And so when I asked them what the E-Ray's 0 to 60 mile an hour time would be without foot rollout, they predicted it would be about 2.9 seconds. And that's basically the same as my quickest time of 2.94 seconds, which, by the way, I managed on my very first attempt. What a waste of time. If only I'd have thought about 1 foot rollout sooner. But let's move on, because raw performance isn't the only thing to like about this car.
But on the inside, the Corvette feels really nicely built. We've got leather everywhere, though. If you don't like leather, you can have like...
So technically, it's not 2.5 as they claim. It is 2.9. Because he did it twice. Corvette, stop lying. Because for you to have like, 2.5, bro, as what he said like, it's this. It's the Revuelto. It's this. This can do 2.5, bro. And plus, this is 1,000 horsepower. That's not a 1,000 horsepower. And as what they claim, it can do from 0 to 60 in 2.5. It did 2.9. So someone's lying in the Chevy headquarters. I'm just saying.
Fake leather. This one has the competition seats. They're not great, but they're only about 800 quid. They look really cool, and they fit me quite nicely. I'm not so keen on this square steering wheel. This one has the upgraded carbon fibre and carbon fibre gear shifters and carbon fibre around here. It's all part of a pack. The dash design is very swoopy and cockpity because it's isolated from the passenger with this big spine here. But you have all your climate control buttons in here, which is just a bit odd. Although at least you don't have to go through the screen. The screen itself, I haven't really played around with it too much, but you have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and they're wireless, so you're just going to use those. And then you've got a digital driver's display, which has enough views and it's easy enough to navigate what's going on. So I quite like that. There's quite a few beeps and bongs if you're not got your seatbelt on and all that kind of stuff. Let me just stop the engine so you can get the main displays up. There we go. And there's different views depending on which mode you're in, and you can cycle through different modes by pressing this button on the steering wheel, and it changes the view that you have there. Let's give it some.
Capital One can help you avoid the application jitter.
Oh, I love the way it just shakes the car with the inertia of the engine. Oh, yes. Oh, practicality, very small door bins, cup holders under here, decent storage. I was lying, there's hardly any storage under there, and not a very big glove box either, so it's a bit tight here on the inside. You do have wireless charging there for your mobile phone, but at least you have a boot and a front. In total, at the back and the front, you've got 355 litres, but they don't specify how much you have where. So this is the space in the rear. Let's see how many of these, if any, I can fit in. One, no. No.
Nope.
No. That's okay. You're gonna have to use some soft bags to get stuff in there. So let's go to the fruit. Aha! Yes. Will it shut? Will it shut? Will it shut? Yes, it does, which is good. However, the actual capacity here in the fruit is almost 30 litres less than in the standard car because of the electric power system. And that brings me on to 5 or 9 things about the Corvette. When it's been raining and the rear deck is just like covered in water from all the rain, then you think, oh no, I need to go into my boot to put something in there. And you go and do this, watch this, you lift up the boat and it just pulls it.
Oh my gosh! Yikes! Oh my god! Wow! It's like a water fountain.
These carbon fibre wheels may look cool, but when you look a bit closer, they are less cool because actually this part, that's metal. They're not completely carbon fibre. Because the Corvette's body is over 2 metres wide, it can be a bit tricky in a normal parking bay look. So this is a normal kind of size of a bay, the distance between the cars. I'm just going to show you something, right? So getting into the Audi.
It's going to hit the door.
Without touching that. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. Look, I can get in. It's not terrible. See? Right. Problem with the Corvette is here. You see the door extending all the way here. So now, but that was easy. Well, it's great news that Corvettes are now officially imported to the UK, so you get them in right-hand drive. There are 3 reasons why they're still more appealing in the United States of America. The first is that due to EU emissions regulations, European cars have to be fitted with petrol particulate filters. As a result, they have 10 horsepower less than in the US. The next thing is the price. So before taxes, in America you get an E-Ray from £82,000. In the UK, if you take off VAT, they're £125,000. And finally, there's the fact that the American cars have an updated interior with 3 screens and none of these weird buttons here. We don't get them in the UK yet. Don't know when it's coming. Removing the roof panel isn't too difficult, right? But there was an issue. I'll show you in a second. So let's just get this out first. There we go, and then the last catch. Where are you? There we go. Right. Now, be careful Don't pop it. Thankfully it's quite light. Just a bit sketchy when it's windy like today. But for £4 more you can get a proper convertible version, but it's heavier still. You don't want that. Right. Now this is the issue. Where are you going to put this? Well, you have to put it in your boot. And when it's in the boot,
it clicks in. It clicks in.
Like so. Get it lined up. When it's in like that, obviously, as you can see, you've lost your boot space.
But it's not all bad, because the Corvette E-Ray has plenty of cool features that make up for this.
You can drive this car in electric power load. To do that, you go into stealth mode, and then you just hit the start button, go to drive, and off you go. So I'll do up to 45 miles an hour on electric power, and you can go for a maximum of 4 miles. As well as a reversing camera, you have front cameras there. And if you're thinking, oh yeah, the back window through the mirror isn't very good, you also have a camera at the back. Hey! You get a 14-speaker Bose sound system, which sounds really nice as standard. None of your optional extra nonsense like on a Porsche. There's plenty of configurability. Look, you can have 3 different settings for your steering weight, 3 different settings for your suspension. You can have 4 different settings for your engine and gearbox. Ooh. You also have 4 different settings for the noise of the exhaust, and then there's 3 different settings for the brakes, from sensitive to not so sensitive, and then there's 5 different settings for the traction stability system. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? Choice. We like choice. The E-Ray comes with Brembo carbon ceramic disc brakes as standard. On the front you've got 400mm discs, at the rear you've got 390, both are gripped by 4 piston calipers. Now let's check out the braking performance of this car from 100 miles an hour.
Nobody signs up to get blindsided.
Alright, let's get it. Video's almost done.
Oh, 100 to 0 in 288 feet, 88 metres. That's alright, considering it's heavy, it's alright. If you're thinking to yourself, do you know what, I'd like me a little bit of American V8 muscle car, but this Corvette's a bit expensive. I found a 4-year-old, 4,000 mile Ford Mustang on CarWow. Now obviously if you're buying a used car there is a risk that something might have happened to it, so you should always run a history check, and I recommend using Car Vertical. You look at the Car Vertical history check on that Ford Mustang on CarWow, it's all clean, everything's good. However, that might not always be the case, because here's a Car Vertical report for a Ford Mustang V8 that has been crashed. Look, this car was actually put back on the road and repaired and stuff. But if you did your Car Vertical history check and it came back with this damage like that, you can see all the pictures of what actually happened to the car. You can use that to negotiate a lower price, or maybe you might just think, do you know what, I'll find myself another one. Anyway, make sure you do a Car Vertical history check if you're buying a used car. There's a link in the description of this video, or you can just scan the QR code on screen now, or click on the pop-out banner. And use the code CARWOW for 20% off. So, CARWOW, 20% off on Car Vertical. Because this E-Ray is fitted with an electric motor, and you've got like drive shafts on the front, you've got a 1.9 kilowatt hour battery pack and all the extra ancillaries required for the hybrid system, it weighs almost 200 kilograms more than the standard Corvette Stingray. Tips the scales at just over 1.9 tons. So how does that affect the way it drives? First things first, the way this car pulls is insane. Not only with a naturally aspirated V8 you have to rev them, but this 3,000 RPM, foot down, just goes. You really do feel the benefit of the hybrid system. The drive from the front axle, it's so instant, so much performance. One thing I have noticed though is the suspension can get a bit choppy. I'm running in just the softest mode. Go into anything other than that and it's just bouncing about all over the place. So I'll come out of that in a second. Just get through this corner first. Like the steering in its lightest setting, because it does just feel a little bit overly heavy otherwise. Let's go back into that, because otherwise it's too bumpy. And the steering is a bit weird feeling. You can feel it sort of like tramlining quite badly, almost like the lane keeping assist is just constantly working away. Another thing I'm not so keen on is that electrification noise, which you don't seem to be able to turn off, or I haven't figured it out anyway. And you don't really get much V8. I've got the engine sound on max for the V8 there, but I'm getting more like spacecraft noises. You can't fault just how this thing puts its power down. It really does just find loads of traction. Can't fault the braking either. It's got a regen effect, but it feels perfectly natural. Solid, feel some brakes. Gear shift, that is fast as well. Up the box and down. I'm not going to lie, I thought this was going to be pretty awful, but it's not. It's actually quite good. Would I have it over the normal Corvette? Would I spend the extra? As a car to use all year round and be able to tap into its power more of the time, then it does make sense, but then you can actually feel the weight of the thing. It's quite a lot, 1.9 tonnes. However, being mid-engine, you can get it sort of rotating, and it's quite keen to change direction, and then it just hooks up bang to the drive from the front axle, but it still feels mainly rear-wheel drive because that's where the engine's sending its power, and the engine has the most power, not the motors. Whoa. It's quite impressive what they've achieved, can't lie. Whoa. It's mad, utterly mad. It really is easy to drive quick. I don't think I could drive a Z06 this quick. I think I would on track, but on an unfamiliar road, just the way this thing hooks up. Wow, I think they've done a good job actually. Do I want it? Not especially, but I do admire what it's capable of. Mad thing. I just wish I heard more V8. I need more V8 in my life. Less more. That's the worst impression everyone ever did of a V8. Sorry about that. So there was my final verdict on the Corvette. Should you avoid it, consider it, shortlist it, or just go right ahead and buy it?
I will buy it. I will buy it. I will buy it.
In case of this E-Ray, I would avoid it. I think it's a little bit too heavy, quite expensive, and instead I would shortlist the normal Stingray because it's way better value for money. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. If you want to watch some other videos, click on the windows. If you want to check it.
Chat, with that being said, I will be reacting to this probably tomorrow. If not tomorrow, probably Friday. Because right now, I'm still thinking on what I should drop for tomorrow. So let me know in the comments. It may be a reaction video, a gameplay, or something else. But with that being said, chat, I hope you guys have an amazing Thanksgiving tomorrow. Because tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I will be helping my dad cook some food. And I will be watching my Lions play up against the Packers tomorrow. Yes, I am a Lions fan. So yeah, I will be, I will be watching them play tomorrow. I don't know. Wait, hold on. Let's see what time we play. We play tomorrow at 1. Okay, goody. So we play tomorrow at 1. I had to make sure because, yeah. And, yeah. So, if you guys are new, hit that subscribe button. Thank y'all so much for all the loves and support on the videos. I just hit 600 probably 2 weeks ago, and now I'm at 611 subs, bro. We are almost at 1,000, bro. Like, y'all seen the progress. Y'all seen it. Cause my goal, chat. My goal is to do this full time, and I said by the time I reach 30, I'm 24. By the time I reach 30, I don't want to work a job anymore. Like, at all. I hate working a job, bro. I hate it, bro. I hate it. So I told myself, by the time I reach 30, I don't want to work a job no more. So I'm literally taking advantage of my grind years because I'm in my early 20s and shit. So I got like 6 more years before I turn 30. And y'all know what 30 means. 30 means, freedom and have kids and travel and trying to pursue a career and shit. So yeah, that's like my main goal out of life. yeah, I wanna do this. I wanna do this full time and shit. And yeah, I have I have another milestone that I want to hit, but I'm gonna tell y'all towards the end of next month and shit. Going into the New Year's and shit. So yeah, yeah, that is what I want to do. So I have a lot of work to do, and I know that I can reach, a handful of audience and shit. So we gonna be grinding very, 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 very hard, man. Very hard. Like y'all think that I'm working hard now? Oh man, 2026. Oh man, I'm a bro. So chat. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy Thanksgiving tomorrow. I know I will, and I see you guys. If not tomorrow with a gameplay, if not a gameplay, a reaction video. 9 times out of 10 is gonna be a gameplay. So yeah, I'm gonna think about it off the cameras and shit. And yeah, as soon as I'm done, I'm about to cut my hair. I'm about to just shape it up. I'm about to just do it myself and shit. Just like just shape up the sides and shit. And yeah, yeah. I want to look good for Thanksgiving for tomorrow. So chat. With that being said, I'm gonna give y'all back y'all time. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for all love and support all of this year. And yeah, chat. I see you guys Friday. Friday. Yeah, Friday. So with that being said, enjoy y'all Thanksgiving. I love y'all so much. Bye.